conversation like we were earlier, and then he'll give me the sort of high sign that, hey, we've got enough watchers, and that's when I start the show.
Cool.
Again, low key, man.
Right. That's the best way to do it.
Are we positioned good?
Yeah, maybe squeeze in like
Squeeze
just
Like
perfect, perfect.
All right,
Yeah.
good deal.
Got some folks, lots of folks watching.
Nice.
All right.
So outside of, you got a family, you got a business,
Yeah.
what do you got for fun?
My kids. I got,
Yeah. Is Disney Plus that fun?
Disney Plus is life right now. I mean, keeps my kids just entertained to the best. You know, I get to have them watch the old school stuff like DuckTales and Tailspin, like the good cartoons. I haven't really introduced them to like SpongeBob and all that stuff yet, but
Well, you gotta start them young.
yeah, right.
Gotta start them, you gotta go with the classics first
Right.
before
Gotta
you introduce
build
some of the
them.
other.
Gotta build them
Exactly,
up,
exactly.
you know,
From the diaphragm, project. There's a little high ceiling in here,
Okay.
so we gotta really project out there.
Gotcha.
You ever been on stage?
Yes.
Yeah?
Gotcha.
How long ago?
Ooh, high school.
High school?
Yeah.
Ah, me too. I love being on stage in high
Were you in
school.
drama class?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I can see you being in drama class.
My first time being on stage was second grade, and I had the first line in the play. It was an original piece about a poor family. The father was a painter. He spent the last of his savings on a big gigantic mural, a Thanksgiving mural that came to life.
Okay.
And I had to go out and set the scene for everybody. And the prop master sent me out without my prop, which was a red rubber ball. And my
Right.
line was, all I have to play with is this old rubber ball. And I'm like, I don't have a ball. So I had to change the line on the fly. My very first ever ad lib, I said, all I have to play with is an old rubber ball.
Mm.
And then somebody rolled it out for me, and there was a little laugh because it was, you know, third, fourth grade play or something, second grade play.
Right. Oh man.
But yeah, I got hooked
Yeah,
being on
right
stage.
there and then.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. I think my first time was maybe third grade, but I didn't have any line. I was just prop. I was like the tree. I've always been tall, so like, hey, you're gonna be the tree.
See, you into trees at a young age.
Wavering tree. There you go. Stuck with it.
How we doing? Okay, 1 minute to go.
All right. So,
Yes.
as far as I know you moved from Maine recently,
Mm.
so you're used to this rainy weather, right?
I'm used to bad weather. Yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah, just in general. Well, Maine, they call it the tailpipe of the nation
Mhm.
because the jet stream, that's where it exits. It goes down and up and exits through Maine. So if anything bad ever travels through the wind, Maine's the last to get it. But we also get what's called nor'easters, where the weather comes from the north down, and when it hits, bang, you get these giant storms. I've got a picture of my car at home with the snow up to the door windows.
You really have to shove your way out the door.
That was a long ass driveway too. All right, well, you say we start the show?
Let's do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen out there in Facebook, welcome back on Instagram. My name is Jeff Rowse. I am the host of The Feels. This is episode 5 of season 2. I am here with owner-creator of the Gramify app, Mr. Nick Pride. Nick, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, Jeff.
You're welcome. We're going to get to a little bit of news, and then we're going to get to your interview, man. So, as you all know, the Blues are in the playoffs tonight against the Minnesota Wild. Game 1 is at 8:30. If the Blues win tonight, tomorrow, our patients here at Field State Florissant, 15% off. You heard me right. 15% off if the Blues win. If the Blues win Game 2 on Wednesday, on Thursday, our patients get 15% off. This is going to go on all throughout the Stanley Cup, folks. So, let's go Blues. All right. You want to do it again? You want to get in on that?
Let's go Blue.
Let's go Blues. Next, Robust Flower is going to be coming out soon. I know we've been talking about this for a very long time here at Field State, but this time it's real. So's our 1-year anniversary. We're having a blowout bash in early June, so stay tuned to social media on both counts. May 4th is only 2 days away. Any patient that shows up rocking their best Star Wars gear will get a special treat, but you got to do better than a t-shirt, folks. No Millennium Falcon t-shirts. We want cosplay, all right? Lightsabers are good, but no blasters. No blasters! Did you get that?
I got it.
Thank you. Did you all get that out there? Let Nick know in the comments. Also, 8ths of Glaze Master Yoda are going to be buy one, get one half off while supplies last. And finally, Mother's Day is this Sunday. Treat your mom to a Hari Om bath bomb. All chakras are going to be 50% off. All right, that takes care of the news. Let's get to the interview. Nick Pride, owner, creator of Gramify. Tell me a little background about yourself, man.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank you and the team out here at Field State, Nick and Corey, Chris. Thanks for having me over. This is a great opportunity for me and Gramify, give it a little bit more exposure. As far as me, as you said, my name is Nick Pride. I reside here in North County, Florissant. I'm originally from Rockford, Illinois. It's about an hour northwest of Chicago when there's not construction going on. I work for a company right now that specializes in student loan default prevention. Been working there for 12 years.
So, if I may, Gramify is not your full-time gig.
No, this is basically a side hustle, if you may. Something that came about with the medical marijuana industry. When I got a medical marijuana card last year, that first month of having it, instantly I was confused on how to manage my 30-day allotment. So that all came about, when the pandemic, not knowing if I'm gonna have a job or not. I think anybody was in that predicament at one point. So having a side hustle was very, very key and vital at the time.
Okay. Do you have much background in cannabis advocacy?
Not too much per se before the app, but when I think about someone who's going to be an advocate of cannabis, I think about somebody who's going to ensure that issues within the industry are being resolved, things are moving in an appropriate direction. Someone who's going to work on behalf of the grower, the patients, the ones that can't advocate for themselves. But this newfound app in Gramify, I think it embodies all of that. It's basically serving as my olive branch to the industry. Because it's giving the patient a sense of empowerment that they need. I really believe everyone needs it. As far as Gramify, as I continue to grow and the company grow, I'm looking to donate portions of my proceeds from subscriptions, from the monthly subscriptions, the yearly subscriptions, and donate to that Veterans of Missouri. I'm really looking to get involved into the Last Prisoner Project. As you and I both know, they put a lot of effort towards freeing and supporting those that's been imprisoned by those against the federal cannabis law. So I'm really looking to get into that.
So Gramify is going to be tied to social advocacy.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about how difficult it actually is to create a website. First off, what's the difference between an app and a website?
Well, the app is really something that's going to be on your mobile phone. It's not necessarily a stagnant site, per se. But as far as Gramify, I didn't really have the resources or the knowledge to make the physical app, but just my knowledge of the rolling 30-day allotment, the unit of measurements, how they're used, how Metric uses the unit of measurements. My knowledge of that is what really helped make the app what it was today. In the process of getting the app made, I actually took the Metric TPV course, got the certification, passed with a 90%. That really helped in making Gramify what it is today.
Metric TVB. Can you talk? TPV. Can you talk a little bit about that? What's the test?
It's a course that Metric offers that basically gives the rundown of how they handle allotment from state to state. And of course, I took the course for Missouri. Missouri has a rolling 30-day allotment. It's basically the ins and outs. If you want to be integrated within Metric, it shows you what endos you use in order to have your app integrated within them. That's something I'm looking to do in the future also. Once you take the course, there's like a 50 or 60 page something to add to my cap. Glad I got that out the way, but that's somebody I'm looking to work
in the future you want Gramify to be able to tie directly into metrics so that not only can Missourians use it, but I imagine any other medical use state in the nation.
Right.
You got to be thinking big with this app.
Yes, I'm looking very big. As you know, Metric handles all the allotment for any medicinal state. It isn't just Missouri. So if you go to Las Vegas, if you go to Arizona, I think West Virginia, they actually mirror our allotment. West Virginia has the same aspect as rolling 30-day allotment as us. So yeah, I'm looking to go to other states too.
Do they do the same equivalency units where 1/8 of flour at 3.5 grams equals 1 unit, every 100 milligrams of THC infused
Yes.
into a product equals 1 unit, and every gram of concentrate equals 1 unit?
Yes.
West Virginia's doing the same
Doing
thing?
the same thing.
Okay.
Mirror the same thing Missouri is doing.
Missouri must be doing something right then.
Must be doing something right.
Now, is Gramify your first app that you've ever tried doing?
Yes. Gramify is my first app. I like to say it's like my third child. It was a idea, that was conceived in the shower. As soon as I thought about it, it was like, that little lightning bulb. I got out the shower, I ran. My wife was like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I gotta write this down real quick." I did not want to lose that opportunity. So yeah, this is my first app. Very excited about it.
And is it available on Android, Apple, one or the other, both?
It's available at both, Apple and Google Play.
Okay. Now, we talked a little bit about advocacy. Do you feel in some small way that Gramify, which helps patients keep track of their allotments, do you think in some small way you're helping fight the drug war by helping patients keep track of their medicine?
I believe in a small entity within the medical marijuana industry. I think Gramify in the future will most definitely play a role. As I mentioned, I would like to get involved with the Last Prisoner Project, which plays a huge role in assisting prison people because of federal cannabis laws. I think getting involved in that, goes hand in hand with trying to end the war in drugs.
Okay. Well, why don't we show the people out there a little bit about what Gramify looks like? I know you brought a tablet with you. We can get a little closer to our cameras so that we can have people see what it looks like. Hi, everybody out there.
Oh, Ricky.
That's my daughter.
And now everybody in the world knows your password.
Right.
You may want to change that afterwards.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I know one of the questions, you mentioned somebody in Reddit had an issue about...
Yes, they were saying that there wasn't a way to track their purchases short of keeping track of all of their receipts. So how does Gramify track purchases?
Okay. Well, what you see here, this is basically your meats and potatoes. This is the dashboard. As you can see, it's a very informative dashboard. I had the liberty of creating a demo account. So this person here, we'll call her Mary. She has a monthly allotment of 8 ounces. Right now, she has 70.3 grams available.
Now, is this information imported by the patient?
This is all user dependent. That's one misconception I've had with patients is they download the app, they subscribe to it, and they think it's going to be linked to Metric. That's not the case. What it is you download the app. It's free to download. You need 30 days of purchase logs. You build your log for 30 days. On that 31st day, it will mirror the state system. So,
Okay, so
in regards to your question, okay, if we go to the total purchase tab, you're always going to have an outlook of your 30 days, your next 30 days. So anything I bought in April, I know when, what I like to call the replenish date. When am I going to have grams replenished? That date is also within this table.
okay.
So anything I bought.
So you got the date of purchase, you got the date when it's going to come back, you've got the quantity of the purchase that was made. And then if you wanted to delete it, you could delete that.
Correct.
Okay.
And as far as, say, if I wanted to make a purchase before I left, you would simply go to the purchase tab, put in, let's say, 7 grams. Today.
Taking home a nice quarter, maybe Jurassic Kush by Hey. I think we got a couple of those left.
Wow. One of my faves. Refresh the app.
And then the availability went down.
And,
Okay.
and everything gets updated. You know, your last purchase was 7 grams of today. You know your next replenishment is 10.5 grams on May the 4th be with you. Come by here and get some glazed Yoda. And you also know what your total allotment is. But that's really, this is the bread and butter right here.
Right here, showing you
You
when
always,
and where.
you always plan for the future. That was one of the things that I had problems with. You know, I make a visit to a dispensary, maybe want an ounce, and I will get there, right? And the order would be amended, or
you tossed your receipt out and you had no way of knowing
Right, yeah,
what,
you had
short
no-
of calling a dispensary.
exactly. So Gramify, in a way, you know, it just helps fills that void. You know, gives the patient that sense of empowerment of always being in the know. You know, once you use it for a month, with continued usage, you're always going to know what your available allotment is. And even once you subscribe, you will start to get
You get notifications.
notifications also the day of your day of replenishment. For example, I don't know if you guys, I might be telling my age, but you remember the You've Got Mail?
Uh-huh.
You'll get a notification saying you've got grams.
Nice.
We've got 7 grams today, 10.5 yesterday. I mean, you'll have a log basically on your screen with notifications. But once you tap, it'll do all the calculations for you.
Very nice. I know our patients are definitely needing something like this because I know no one saves their receipt, and we do get a lot of phone calls on a daily basis from patients saying, how much do I have in my allotment? Because somebody doesn't want to make the trip to a dispensary planning to buy a half ounce, and they get there and they find out they can only take home an eighth.
Right.
That's like a big letdown.
Right. And to piggyback on that, you know, with HIPAA playing a big role and putting in the, you know, enforcing their regulations, you can only tell me what I bought from this dispensary. So if I made a purchase today for 7 grams and I only have 3 grams left, of course, naturally I'm gonna ask you, hey Jeff, when will I be getting grams back on my account? You'll do your due diligence in your system. You might tell me, hey Nick, you're getting 7 grams next Friday. As a patient, I'm instantly anxiety up. Oh, I have to stretch this out, what I have at home, this 7 grams, until next Friday. But in reality, I may be getting 14 grams back tomorrow from a dispensary I visited last month.
Mm-hmm.
I may be getting an ounce back Friday from another dispensary I visited last month. I mean, it's a very frustrating dilemma to deal with on a month-to-month, week-to-week, day-to-day basis. Gramify, like I said, will alleviate all that.
Is this just you, Gramify? You and you alone? Do you have a team?
Apart from my dev team, because like I said, I don't know how to create an app per se. Yes, right now it's just me. I'm constantly swapping out my biz cap, whether it's be my marketing cap, my app support cap, advertising cap. I designed my logo. I do my own research and development. So right now it's all on me right now.
Okay. What improvements do you see the Missouri market needing, having worked so closely with Metric and people's allotments? What improvements do you think need to be made?
Right now, I think Missouri patients in the industry, it's in very good hands. They have laws in place to protect us. For example, you can have 4 times your amount on hand at any time, at any given time, and unless you're working for Samson or El Chapo, there's no need to ride around with a pound or 2 pounds,
yeah.
right? So that being in place, that's good. I think most dispensaries need to follow suit like you guys. You have implementation put in place where if I make a purchase here, at the bottom of the receipt, it tells me what my allotment was before and after I made my purchase. I think that's something that should be put in place across the board. There's only a handful of dispensaries that do that. one of the other reasons why I started to make Gramify. Another thing, I think delivery would be nice. I know it is offered, but it's offered at like a very limited basis, a very small radius.
So you'd like to see more delivery operators get into business?
Yeah, yes. I think not on behalf of me, but on behalf of the other patients that have more severe symptoms. You know, 'cause sometimes you'll see a patient, they have to come to the dispensary with someone, with a relative. They can't come on their own, or they have to come in their wheelchair. You know, I think having delivery, you know, services would help alleviate that. You know, to give them more full accessible to their medicine.
Okay. Let's see, we already talked about that, and we talked about that. So why don't we talk about your personal experience with cannabis? What was your first time like?
I think probably like most consumers, my first experience was in high school. Although most of my friends, they started a little earlier than I did. I didn't start until my senior year. Surprisingly, it wasn't to fit in, it wasn't to be cool, it was always a medicinal factor. You know, I had a doctor, you know, I've always had issues with appetite. I never could have appetite. I had appetite issues, and my doctors would prescribe certain medicines to me, and it would just tear my stomach up. And my doctor, he's retired, not for bad reasons, but he was out on his way out this door, and he actually recommended marijuana. You know, and this is being
what year?
17 years old. You know, so I'm telling my age, 1998 maybe.
Okay.
So back then it was all about finding a more natural way to increase my appetite. And it did, you know, because back then, you know, of course I was in high school, I was playing basketball, and I was trying to increase my weight for the recruiters. So that's what it was all about. And Lord, wasn't it just a great awakening? You know, I think my grades went up. I mean, I didn't know about Visine back then. I was in the high for school and sitting still and first in the class, right, you know, front row, front and center, you know, answering all the questions. I didn't care.
Pie-eyed and paying attention.
Hey, getting it done.
We had one question from the audience.
Yes.
What do you see the future of Gramify being?
I see Gramify being a staple in the medical marijuana industry, because I feel like it's, if I may, it's a tool that everyone needs in their utility bill. You know, if I'm also telling my age here. I can remember back in the day when you had to call the bank's 800 number to see what your check balance was before you went shopping. You know, I wouldn't go to the mall and, you know, oh, let me get this shirt, pants, and shoes. You get to the register and, oh, you don't have enough for that. You know, same goes with Gramify and with the medical marijuana industry. You know, you wouldn't want to go to the dispensary, constantly make trips to the dispensary and not having your order fulfilled because you don't know what your available allotment is. You don't want to, well, as far as me, I didn't want to hassle you guys, because I was that person calling, hey, what's my allotment? Oh, or I'll come here, hey, you only have 10 grams, you can't get this ounce you're trying to get, Nick. Oh.
It's never a hassle, folks. Call us anytime, but definitely get Gramify on your phone. You gotta do a little work, you gotta do the homework, put in the time, put in the effort, but that's what makes it great. You put in the effort, it takes care of you in 30 days. When you've got that history worked up, then you're gonna have a true, accurate reading of what your allotment is, and you are absolutely right. We desperately need that here in Missouri and elsewhere. People need to know how much medicine they can access.
Because as in any business, you know, if you want to stay relevant, if you know you want to continue to grow, you have to improve upon your product, and it's no different with Gramify, and we're going to continue to do that. I'm saying we, but I'm going to continue to do
The
that.
royal we.
You know, I'm fully aware that my app is more appealing to people in the age group between 21 and 35. You know, I know that, so I want to make Gramify user friendly and, you know, to all patients, you know, no matter what the age is. So right now there's a collaboration going on to help assist and make Gramify more automated. You know, I can't speak too much on it because there's trade secrets involved, but it's happening. So the future is looking bright for Gramify.
And when will we see potential pairing with metric for absolute accuracy?
Within at least the next 3 months. You know, depending on how hard my dev team needs to work, you know, it's all on them,
But definitely 2022.
most definitely 2022.
All right, you heard it, folks. You can get it at the Apple Store. You can get it at the Google Play Store. Gramify, Nick Pride, thank you very much for being on the fields.
Thanks for
I
having
really
me.
appreciate you, man. Next week, we are going to have moms. We're going to have moms on the show. We're going to have the St. Louis Stoner mom on. Check her out on Instagram. We're also going to have some special interviews with some moms that work here at Field State. My name's Jeff. Awesome job, man. Awesome. See, I told you, low key, nice and easy.